It's time for a Friday sports algorithm update with a little recap of Thursday as we talk about a pretty good day for most of the algorithms today, and we'll talk about Friday. First, let's start with football. The 49ers do win and they do cover. The number of points in this game was lower than expected. However, the disparity between the two teams, the algorithm did pick up on that appropriately, and I'll show you how you can emulate that. So instead of 29-20, the score was 21-13. I don't know what the weather was like in Seattle, but I'm assuming it wasn't great because this is a lower scoring game than normal. And usually the weather has something to do with that. If you bring the magnifier down, which can help you simulate poor weather conditions where you expect a lower scoring game, you get it almost exactly. 21-14 instead of 21-13. So the algorithm did understand the difference between these teams. It just got the layers of the scoring a little bit too high. So that's a good win. That starts the week off 1-0 for football. Good for NFL. Let's talk about hockey. Hockey had a big day, 6-6 day. Hockey is always kind of mixed. So I did some good things, but it also didn't win every game and lost some close ones, like losing Edmonton late, losing the let's see here, losing. See, Carolina does win. Wow, why did it favor Seattle? That's a miss. Dallas barely beats the Caps. Toronto blows it to the Rangers here. You can see this how the Jersey has been playing terrible lately, and that could have been a cue to take Philadelphia. Had this game as a closer game, and Philadelphia does win. Pittsburgh continues to win. That was good. Columbus made this 1-1, but then blew it. And Montreal blows it to Anaheim. Anaheim finally wins the game. Weak teams here. Got to watch out for that. And Boston blows it. So it's just hockey. Hockey is really tough. Let's talk about tomorrow. 3 games on Friday. Likes Minnesota at a terrible line to win. Then it likes the underdog St. Louis back-to-back games against Calgary in Calgary because Calgary is just having a rough go of it. They lost the game to Vancouver last night, I believe. So thinks that this is a close game, but could potentially be St. Louis here. Even though actually it's both ways. It's conflicting, so it's a tough game to pick, as hockey is. But the underdog line is usually what you go with in hockey. Islanders and Arizona. Islanders not a very good line, but not terrible against Arizona here. So that's probably the best line of the day, really, for a team that's probably supposed to win, is the Islanders. So that is Friday hockey. Let's go to NBA. NBA, not a great day. An okay day. Memphis wins. Houston covers but does not win. Or the Pelicans take this to overtime against the Jazz, but I guess their injuries were just too much to overcome, and they lose this game. That's a miss for the algorithm. And Phoenix is absolutely wiping the floor with the Clippers right now, and you can see the Clippers' health is 50%. So this game is really looking like it's going to go to Phoenix. So it's looking like a split day for NBA. Yeah, they're up 78-59 right now, and they've been up a lot the whole game. So that's NBA for Thursday's recap. How about Friday? There's a big slate. Let's refresh. Where are you, games? Oh, we got to bring the games in. No, they're right here. Where are you, 16th? There you are. So a ton of games. Or a good chunk of games, at least 10 games on the NBA schedule. You always want to wait for an injury report and purchase a copy of the algorithm so that you can update the injury report yourself before the games if I'm not around doing videos. You can see injured Lakers against the Nuggets, only -118. It's a reasonable line here. Terrible line. Underdog of the Knicks over the Bulls, barely on the road. You want big margins and big points. This Denver over the Lakers is pretty good. Lakers injured. Denver supposed to win by 15. They've already got a 6% margin, so that looks like a pretty good game to play. I don't know what picks I'm gonna wait till tomorrow to make all the picks and do the whole me versus the algorithm thing. Then let's go to college basketball. Finish this off. So college basketball was running perfect for most of the day. And now the last 2 games are running into problems. Irvine loses at the end of the night here to Santa Clara, but Santa Clara is at home. So you got a road team here. But when it comes to our road teams, we win one of them down here and lose one. And the one we won is at +200. So looking at straight bets, Chattanooga winning and Irvine losing, you're still up there. And the other 2 away teams are going okay, but Seattle's actually losing by 3 with 10 minutes left. So we'll have to see what happens here. That's kind of a rubber game here. to really make this an 8-1 day if we can get there. Other than that, I mean, how do your home teams do? Oh, do they all win? Because that's what home teams do. Yeah, yeah, that's what home teams do, and they all win. So once again, did we do this yesterday too? Now it has Tennessee State up here. Oh, they did lose, and they were a home team. So we were 18-1 or like six. Sorry, we were like 16-2 with home teams yesterday. This changed around a little bit because I updated stats. So it wasn't perfect yesterday, but home teams were perfect today. So there you go, 5-0. Wouldn't have made a lot of money on this parlay. These three, not all, they probably would double your money, I guess, taking these three home teams here. But that's the way home teams are. So let's talk about Friday, 16th. Not too many games, college basketball. You've got any underdogs first? I always like to check that. Florida Gulf Coast and Southern, but they are both away teams and very low margins. So they're well within home bump. However, Southern with a really good strength of schedule and plus 9.5 points, that's a pretty solid pick, even though it's way down here by margin. And so it's saying extremely close game with it. You can get 9.5 points with a team. Well, then you take it, even though they're away. And so that's probably a reasonable pick. The Florida Gulf Coast game, strength of schedule is still better than St. Bonaventure, but this is still only 4 points and the margin is only 3%. So if you bump this, both these teams are going to go away when you bump this by 5%. And so that would not work out. There would be no away teams on here. So keep that in mind. Let's take a look at the rest of the games. Any reasonable lines? You get 265 for Murray State, not too bad. Princeton over Delaware's 360. Manhattan has a bad strength of schedule, but Central Connecticut State is a really bad team. See how bad these teams are here? 5% and 8% for Manhattan and Incarnate Word. Watch out for bad teams. So I would say, even though these are home teams, historically, you got a team under 10% power, they are just bad. So you're putting money on a bad team here. Even though the line's okay and they're home, it's not going to win every time because they are so bad. So you can see like Murray State, much stronger pick because they're a 34% team with a 15% margin. So what else on here? Cal Poly over Weber State, a little stronger team, but still trouble. Then you have these two dogs. Then you have Marquette over Creighton, who's injured at only minus 175, but it's extremely close. But Creighton is injured, according to Thursday night's injury report. So it's a tough board, and I would be very careful with bad strength of schedule numbers and poor teams here. These are essentially, if you're going to, like, watch what happens when we sort this by power, because it's important to look at this about who you're taking. Look who's at the bottom, these two, right? So if you're going to be taking your home teams, you want to take them from the top down, looking at power as well as margin. So that's why you see how Marquette's a more powerful team. So the chances of them winning are greater because they are a better team and can win more. So the injuries on Creighton and Marquette makes that a better pick and puts it up at the top when you're looking at it this way. But we do generally look at it by margin like this. So it's a tougher day on Friday. That is the update. We'll root for Seattle to come back and hopefully make this a 8-1 day. And as they're still down by 3 with 10 minutes left. And we'll root for Phoenix to continue to crush the Clippers. They are up 84-68, but it's never over until it's over. So those are the algorithms for recapping Thursday and going over Friday. Good luck, everybody. I hope your picks won today, and may all your picks be winning.